is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God, and knoweth God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love.
What you sow is what you reap, and if you sow goodness and love in people's life, well, then you'll reap the same benefits.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. A son's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. That's the one I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message can the bend and the clipper. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Starting with the man in the mirror.
Beadman rides for dear life on Kid Lad. He's done it! He's cracked the record, Beadman.
By any standard, Darren Beadman is an exceptionally gifted jockey. After just 15 years, his record compares favourably with our greatest riders ever. Yet by all indicators, his best 10 years in the saddle was still to come.
I know, how things were just starting to fall into place now, and I could sense, my judgment, my timing, and, the way I was able to read races. It's really taken me 15 years to get to this peak, and I know that there was still room for improvement, so I really don't think that you've seen, the best of me. I believe that there was still mountains to climb.
Clearly, Darren is proud of what he's accomplished, proud of being successful.
I was a bit of a dreamer, I guess, in my younger days, and I still am. And I'm really, really proud of it.
Dreams that were no doubt nurtured in a happy, healthy family environment. Ken Stone, foreman to Darren's master, Theo Green, was there when the dreams began to unfold.
He had a great, his politeness, his manner, his behaviour was always first rate, and that was from the background his parents gave him.
Darren's youthful dreams were quick to become reality.
I was always wrapped in what he had, but when he won the Golden Slipper was probably my first real indication. I always knew he was going to be good, but when I knew he was going to be something special in regards to class is when he won the Golden Slipper, because I was first to him after he won that race. The first person that he actually knew and was involved with. When I got to Darren, I thought, being an 18-year-old kid, he's going to be off his face with excitement. He's going to be bubbling. He'll be hardly able to talk. The excitement will be too much for him. Incredible. I got to him cool and calm as a cucumber. That's when you're a great rider. That's when you're a good rider, when you can control all that's going on inside you, and that's what champions are made of.
Little Darren Beadman has surged to the lead on Inspired, but it's Inspired's Golden Slipper, and Inspired raced home to beat Leather Kiss.
Now in retirement, Theo Green is undoubtedly Darren's greatest fan.
He's just gifted. He did dedicate himself to. He never let 1 hour go by. Nobody can be perfect, but if you can, he's the closest I've seen to it.
And close to perfection is what Darren achieved at Rose Hill on Silver Slipper Day, October 27, 1990, with 5 winners and 2 seconds from just 7 rides. And then only a week later, the perfect ride in the greatest race of all.
He won on Kingston Rule. If you go back on the tape on Kingston Rule, watch D. Beadman the last furlong. He never pulled the whip.
Kingston Rule gets out. Kingston Rule grabs the run in the middle, and the Phantom going for a run. At the 150, Kingston Rule took the lead from the Phantom getting up on the inside. It's Kingston Rule. The Phantom followed by Mr. Brooker. Kingston Rule in front. Kingston Rule wins the Melbourne Cup.
If I was on Kingston Rule and something was coming at me, 3 parts of a furlong in the Melbourne Cup, I'd be trying to get a fence paling to hit him with.
After the big cup win, Darren was on a roll. The dreamer was turning dreams into hard copy and lasting memories.
Here's Superimposed. He's flashing after St Jude. Liverstone Lane got the run through on the rails. Superimposed and Liverstone Lane. Superimposed just the leader from Liverstone Lane. Superimposed in front. Superimposed. And Darren Beadman asking the big O to go. And he's responding to Beadman's urging, coming right down the outside. But Falante hits the front. Octagonal's after him and Saintly between them. Nothing like a Dane can't go on. Octagonal, Saintly and Falante. What a finish. Octagonal on the outside and Saintly stride for stride. Octagonal is doing better. The jab is home. It's Octagonal's derbies. And the whips are cracking. It's all our mob. Saintly, Juggler and Falante. Here's a great go. 150 to go. Falante. Saintly coming at it on the outside. Saintly getting up to Falante and Juggler the centre. Saintly on the outside. Falante strikes back dead heat. Saintly maybe a nose. Falante nothing in it. Saintly in front of the 150. Bart Cummings might have his 10 Melbourne Cups. Saintly's gone 2 lengths. Count Civis. Then on the inside is Senator from Skybow, but Saintly wins the Melbourne Cup. Saintly. And Encounter on the outside with Guineas. Encounter and Guineas. Oh, Encounter's run off the track. Guineas hits the front. Guineas, I reckon, a nostril Encounter.
But his artistry in the saddle isn't the only legacy Darren is leaving the industry he has served so well and loved so much. Master trainer Bart Cummings, for whom Darren rode many winners, including 2 Melbourne Cups.
Oh, well, he's a good, strong character with a lot of integrity. Just nice to be in his company, shall I find. And I think he's a winner in whatever occasion he chooses. Not only as a jockey, but he's just a good human being, and I just like being in his company. I think everyone will miss him, not only me, but everyone else in the industry.
Max Presnell, racing editor of the Sydney Morning Herald.
I would like to congratulate D. Beadman for being one of the brighter faces of racing. Of course, Darren Beadman is Darren Beadman. He's got a special sort of brightness, a special sort of magic. But Darren Beadman has portrayed Darren Beadman very, very well. But he has also given racing a great image. Now, once upon a time, there have been great horsemen, great riders, but they've never had the image, the aura that Darren Beadman has had, and some of that has rubbed off on racing. Racing has always been a rough, tough survival game, survival of the fittest, survival of the smartest. Darren Beadman has put a light on it. He has shown that you can be up front a man of God and a man of racing. It's a great double, and he's done it very, very well, and he's been very unique in that role, and by being unique, by being Darren Beadman, he's done a great job for racing.
Ron Quinton, champion jockey and close friend.
The good part about it is he's a real decent bloke, integrity unquestionable, and knew when he was riding for you, whether it be Wyong, Gosford, Randwick or Flemington, he had the same focus on that race.
John Kerwick, Darren's manager and confidant.
Darren Beadman as a person, I'd say he is one of the best family men I've seen. A father with great communication skills with his children, and that has been conveyed also to the media at large, which has been proven because of his generosity. But I think he's probably one of the best fathers I've seen too, because he doesn't talk down to his children. He treats them as an equal, and there's great value in that when you stand objectively and watch it. I think he is a quality human being.
Ray Murray, chief steward with the Thoroughbred Racing Board in Sydney.
Darren Beadman's leaving, if we were equate it to Kathy Friedman walking out of athletics tomorrow, or Pat Rafter retiring from tennis, it might illustrate in some small way the sort of void that Darren Beadman leaving is going to affect racing.
Lenny Beasley, leading apprentice jockey and the man most likely to follow in Darren's footsteps.
He's just the type of bloke, no matter where you are and what you're doing and who it is, he's always there to help you.
And now, a moving tribute from another fine young Australian talent, widely hailed as a modern-day Banjo Patterson, Rupert McCall.
There is something in the outlook of a man so very happy. I saw it in his eye the day he broke the news to Tappy. And I guess I smiled along because his passion spoke the truth. For Darren, this all started in a dream-inspired youth. As ponies turned to thoroughbreds, his blood became injected with the handed-down traditions of the game that he respected. For every goal he set himself, the adjective was keen. And for every lesson learnt back then, the boss was Theo Green. The boss would educate the boy in saddles, silks and bridles, then send him out on racing days to mix it with his idols. The hoops that rode beside him, once the heroes he admired. Like the day he won the slipper on a speed they called inspired. Now rumour has that near the turn his nerves began to show, but Ronnie Quinton held him back and then yelled, "Let him go." Go he did, the Group 1 kid. His nous was oh so nifty, and he didn't know it then, but it would be the first of 50. Races came and races went, and winners filled his pages. But everybody knows the race that echoes through the ages. The Cup is what they call it, and for every man and mule, it's a prize they'd almost die for. Now remember Kingston Rule? The year was 1990, the trainer Uncle Bart, and in record time the whip of Beadman blew the field apart. Now the world was at his doorstep, as the world can often be. 12 months on, a father had a daughter on his knee. His wife was by his side to get the speech that parents fear. A doctor told them how their baby girl might never hear. Never hear the birds that make the dawn of morning shine. Never hear the roar that sent the shivers down his spine. And that was where he found his faith. A faith that always stayed. When they found a little chapel and they went inside and prayed. Hong Kong hadn't happened yet, the falls and the suspension. To take him out of racing was a pain too great to mention. But every time he took a path that ended in despair, an inner strength, an inner peace was always found through prayer. Well, then he came back to his country and he found his winning ways, a bucket load of victories, a smorgasbord of praise. The spring of 96 and things are really looking up. On a horse that came from heaven, Darren won his second cup. The champagne flowed, the money loads, the glamour of the course. But Darren Beadman knew that this was all about the horse. That is why there's pony clubs. That's what made him start. That is why the memories will never ever part. That's what fueled the fire when he first won on Fleget. In lives that come so special. That is why there's no regrets. So look into his eye, and you will notice very faintly a tear that wells with mateship when he reminisces saintly. When he thinks of dear old Super and his courage-pumping miles. When his mighty friend Octagonal had covered him in smiles. Ah, that smile he smiles, lights up the room. It shines from ear to ear. And when that doctor told him that his baby girl would hear, it lit up like a Christmas tree. The faith inside him grew. And who was right beside the boy? Yes, Kim was smiling too. You see, the spirit of his family has always meant the most. And when the Holy Spirit called, he saw the winning post. And now he's riding hands and heels in what might be his greatest test. But with Darren Beadman's courage, you can bet that he'll be blessed.
A son's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul.
I just hope things work out for you, Darren, and just remember, God bless you.
Just on behalf of all the officials in racing, Darren, you won't need our good luck. Whatever you do in life, I'm sure you'll be successful.
Darren, go with God, and as you once said, you've always gone through the open doors, you've never closed them, you can always come back, and we hope you do.
We always hope that the direction they're taking is the best for them, and none of us know that till the end of the line, do we?
Well, I wish him the best. I know the good Lord gave him tremendous ability as a jockey, and I think it'd be wonderful to carry out the ability the Lord gave him, and that's riding winners. But I wish him well in his new career, and if he ever comes back, we'll welcome him with open arms.
Well, Darren, you know, as I said, I'm proud to be a part of what you've achieved. I couldn't speak more highly of you in every regard. I wish you luck in what you're doing. As I've said, I'm a firm believer that you won't be back. So what you've done, I'm proud of. And people that are as exceptional as you can give so much pleasure to people like me that were lucky enough to be a part of what you've done.
Just like to thank all my fans and supporters out there, all the owners and trainers, my fellow jockeys that I've ridden against, and especially the media. I'd really like to thank them for all the support and the friendships I've made, and I'll treasure them dearly. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and I hope to be catching up with you all in the near future.
Hi Darren, it's Kim here. You're simply the best and I love you.
Well, it's certainly all been said there, and Daz, thank you for everything, and enjoy the change, and certainly enjoy today, and we look forward to all future involvements.
The right mail is...
If not for you, babe, I couldn't even find the door.
Country Complete features the big stars that crossed the border from country to pop and back again.
Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, LA International Airport, where the big jet engines roar.
Country Complete. 5 CDs, 30 pages of text and photos. Just $59.95 plus postage and handling. Order now. Country Complete.
To order, call National Direct now on 1-800-246-868. Write the number down. 1-800-246-868. That's 1-800-246-868.
Supporters of Triple S.